Hi, 8th graders. I hope that you're doing well. So today we're going to be finishing up our work on Criterion C and submitting all of your work for Criterion C on ManageBack. In this video, the first thing I'm going to do is walk you through completing task 4 of Criterion C, and then after that I'll show you how you should submit all of your work on ManageBack, because this unit we're working with video files rather than physical objects, so we're going to have to upload a little bit differently than normal. So, to finish task 4 of Criterion C, you have to explain all the changes that you made to your design plan while actually making your design. So if you remember, in task 1 of Criterion C, we created a plan that looks something like this. And so while you made your documentary, maybe you did some things differently than you initially planned to. So you're going to have to explain each of those changes that you made to your design with a short paragraph. In order to reach the highest achievement level, you should be explaining in a short paragraph with a similar amount of detail to this example I'm going to show you here, which you can find in this attachment. So in this example here, I have a little formula which tells you exactly how to build such a paragraph that explains each specific change. So if you want to modify the structure of this paragraph a little bit in your own design journals for task 4, that's fine. You just need to be sure that you're including this information. So in your in your explanation for why you made the changes to your design, you should have these 4 points. A sentence on what you plan to do, a sentence on what you actually ended up doing, a sentence that explains why you made this change, and a sentence that describes whether or not this was a good or necessary change for the project. As an example, let's go through that together. So if we look back at my original plan here, I had planned to interview my dad regarding, let's say, plastic waste in the home, okay? So I had planned to interview my dad regarding plastic waste in the home. Let's say, for argument's sake, that on the day I planned to interview my dad, that he had work and I wasn't able to talk to him or interview him at all for my project. So that's the scenario that we're working with. So if we go back to our explanation, what I'm going to do is say, first the sentence on what I plan to do. So I plan to interview my father regarding plastic waste in the home. Then the sentence on what you did or ended up doing. However, I had to end up interviewing my brother because my father wasn't home that day. I had to end up interviewing my brother regarding plastic waste. And then a sentence that explains why I made this change. I had to make this change because my father wasn't home, my father wasn't available, whatever it was. And then the final sentence that describes whether or not it was a good or necessary change for the project. So in this instance, maybe this wasn't a good change for the project. So I would say, this having to interview my brother was a result of, poor planning on my part. So his interview doesn't make the project better than my father's interview would have. Or if for some reason it does, then you explain that it does. Or if it does make it better, you explain why it makes it better. If it makes it worse, you explain why it makes it worse. If it doesn't do anything, you can just say it's a result of this on my part, or just elaborate on whether or not you think it was a good or necessary change for the project. So that's how you'll complete task 4. You'll do you'll use this formula to go over each change that you made to your plan, and then you will submit that as part of task 4. So if you remember, we're still using our templates for Criterion C, which you can find on Google Classroom. If you go to templates over here, it'll take you to that section where you can just click C. So you should have already made that and already been recording your work in there, but just remember this goes in the task 4 part. So right here, you'll be recording today's work right here, explain changes made to the chosen design plan. So you'll put in your small descriptive paragraphs for each change that you made right here. Here is where you put your process photos, your progress photos. So those were the photos of all the things that you did, that you planned for, that you had to submit to Google Classroom. So plans of your narration being recorded, the photo of your narration files, the photos of you editing your footage. Those process photos are what can go here, and then your plan. This bit here is what goes in the top of the template right here. That's task 1, the logical plan. Because this unit, you're creating a video file. You can't just link in a video file here. It's not going to work once you upload to ManageBack. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to submit the PDF file of your, oops, sorry, that's the wrong class. Sorry, you're going to have to submit the PDF file of our work for, tasks 1, 2, and 4 of Criterion C. So the 1, the 2, and the 4, that will be uploaded through a PDF file in ManageBack. And then task 3, your documentary, remember we can't fit it in here, we can't embed the video file here, so you'll just upload the MP4 file of that task 3, so of your mini documentary, and that's how you'll submit your work for Criterion C today. If you have any questions, you can email me. You can double check the task-specific clarifications right here to see that you've got everything that you want to have for your for each specific achievement level in your design journal. Again, if you have any questions, please email me, write a comment on the post, and you can mark today's assignment on Google Classroom as completed after you submit all your work for Criterion C here on ManageBack. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Talk to you soon. Bye.